Akula, serving as Associate Professor at Marri Laxman Reddy Institute of Pharmacy, Hyderabad. It is my great privilege and honor to inaugurate this national level 5-day e-faculty development program. Marri Laxman Reddy Institute of Pharmacy, established in 2007, is approved by PCI, affiliated to JNTH, accredited by NBA, and recognized under Section 2F of the UGC Act 1956. Our institution is committed to excellence in pharmaceutical education, research, and professional development, continuously working to create platforms that promote the innovation, academic growth, and collaboration. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this national level 5-day e-faculty development program organized by Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacy Practice in association with APTA Telangana State Branch. This program titled Integration of AI and Network Pharmacy in Modern Pharmacological Science is highly relevant in today's rapidly evolving healthcare landscape. Artificial intelligence is transforming drug discovery, patient care, and healthcare delivery, making it essential for us educators to stay updated and adapt to this advancement to enhance both the teaching and research. This faculty development program aims to provide platform for knowledge exchange, skill enhancement, and meaningful discussions on emerging trends in pharmacy and healthcare. Over the next 5 days, we are privileged to have eminent speakers and experts who will share their insights and experiences, helping us bridge the gap between traditional practices and modern technological innovations. I am delighted to share that 300 plus participants from across the country have registered for this e-FDP, reflecting wide range interest, importance of this program at the national level. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all the resource persons for accepting our invitation and contributing their valuable time and expertise. I also extend my appreciation to the organizing team for the dedicating efforts in planning and executing this program. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all the college principals across the nation for permitting their faculty members to participating in the e-FDP. Your support plays a crucial role in strengthening academic collaboration and professional development. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to our management and principal for their continuous encouragement and support in successfully organizing this program. It is my great privilege to invite our respected HOD of Pharmacy Practice, Dr. Balamurli, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Saujanyam. So, good morning to our respected chief guest, distinguished resource persons, faculty members, research scholars, industry professionals, and my dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 5-day faculty development program on integration of AI and network pharmacy in modern pharmacological sciences, organized by Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacy Practice, MLRIP, in association with APTI Telangana State Branch. As the head of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, I feel proud to witness this academic gathering that brings together experts from diverse domains to discuss one of the most relevant and transformative areas in healthcare and pharmaceutical sciences today, artificial intelligence and network pharmacy. As you all know that the healthcare sector is rapidly evolving and AI is playing a crucial role in drug discovery, patient care, pharmacovigilance, medication management, and personalized treatment approaches. Similarly, network pharmacy is creating stronger interdisciplinary collaborations, improving healthcare delivery and enhancing patient outcomes. As academicians and professionals, It is our responsibility to stay updated and prepare ourselves for these advancements. I hope this FDP has been carefully designed to provide meaningful insights, practical knowledge, and valuable interactions with eminent speakers from reputed institutions across India. I am confident that these 5 days will be intellectually enriching and professionally rewarding for all the participants. I sincerely thank our management, principal, organizing committee, faculty members, and all the resource persons for their constant support and dedicated efforts in making this program possible. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants for your enthusiastic registration and active involvement. I wish this FDP a grand success and hope that each one of us takes back valuable knowledge that can be applied in teaching, research, and professional practice. Thank you all. I welcome once again to this 5-day faculty development program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and insightful address. Now I feel honored to invite our respected head of the Department of Pharmacology, Dr. Sandeep Reddy, to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts.
Thank you, Dr. Saujanya. I warmly welcome our chief guest, principals, speakers, faculty members, and research scholars to this 5-day online FDP development program. I hope this program is designed to enrich teaching and research by exploring emerging frontiers, particularly the integration of artificial intelligence and network pharmacy into modern pharmacological sciences. I encourage all the participants to engage actively, share insights, and make the most of this collaborative learning experience. I hope this session will inspire new ideas and strengthen our collective academic journey. And I am very much thankful to management, principal, and all our organizing members for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and insightful address. Your words have truly set the tone for this program. Now it is privilege to invite our respected principal, Dr. Arunabha Malik, to address the gathering.
Good morning to one and all. It's give me immense pleasure to extend a warm, heartful welcome to our esteemed chief guest, distinguished speaker, respected faculty member, and participant from across the India to this 5 days faculty development program. So integration of AI and network pharmacy in modern pharmacological science. At the outset, I feel honored to welcome the chief guest, Dr. M. Sunita Reddy, Principal and Professor, JNTU University College of Pharmaceutical Science. Madam, your presence today add great value and inspiration in this academic gathering. We are privileged to have you inaugurate this program and share your insight. I would also like to extend special welcome to our first day speaker, Dr. J. Srikanth, Associate Professor and Assistant Dean, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Sir, we are grateful for your presence and look forward to your expert session, which will undoubtedly enrich the knowledge of the participant. I warmly welcome all the participants who have joined from the different parts. Active participants reflect the commitment and academic excellence and continuous learning, which is essential to today's rapidly evolving pharmaceutical science. On this occasion, I would like to congratulate Department of Pharmacology, HOD Dr. Sandeep Reddy, and the Department of Pharmacy Practice, HOD Dr. Balamulli, and all the faculty members of Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacy Practice for their initiations, dedications, and teamwork is organized the timely and forward-looking faculty development program. Such effort of crucial in the beginning of gap between traditional knowledge and modern technology advancement like artificial intelligence. I am very much thankful to the APTI state branch, Telangana state branch, that chairman, vice president, all the members for collaborating us in the FDP. I'm very much thankful to them every times for the supporting to us. And I'm very much thankful to our management to continuously supporting this kind of the program. This FDP is designed not for the knowledge sharing platform, but step towards transforming teaching, research, and practice in the pharmaceutical science. I am confident that all the participants will gain valuable insight and practical expose over next 5 days. Once again, I am welcoming to all chief guest, speaker, and all the participants and wish the program with great success. Thank you once again. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and motivating words. We are truly grateful for your guidance and encouragement. Now it is my great honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. M. Sundar Reddy. Dr. M. Sundar Reddy is highly accomplished academician and administrator in pharmaceutical sciences with over 30 years of diverse experience in teaching, research, and administration. She is currently serving as professor and principal at JNTH University College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Sultanpur. She began her career as an intern pharmacist in leading hospitals in the USA and later worked as a registered pharmacist at Walgreens, California. Her academic journey includes key leadership roles such as principal, vice principal at Shadan Women's College of Pharmacy and multiple administrative positions at JNTU Hyderabad, including head of the department and coordinator roles in academic as well as institutional developmental activities. Dr. Sundar Reddy holds a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from JNTH with a research focused on self-emulsifying drug delivery systems. For improving the bioavailability of poorly soluble drugs, she completed her M.Pharm and B.Pharm with a distinction from Kakatiya University, earning a gold medal for academic excellence. Here, core research areas include novel drug delivery system, nanotechnology, formulation development. She has made significant contribution to pharmaceutical research through the publications of numerous research papers in national and international journals, as well as presentations at different conferences. She has also guided several postgraduate and doctoral research projects and actively promote the research cultures among the student and faculty. Dr. Sundar Reddy has organized and conducted several UGC, AICT sponsored refresher courses, FDP, and international conferences, and has served as a resource person at various academic and professional forums. She is actively involved in curriculum development, academic governance, and industry academia collaborations. She has received several prestigious recognition, including Best Teacher Award from the Telangana State Government, Pharmacy Teacher of the Year Award, Women Excellence Award, and multiple academic excellence honors. She is an Associate Fellow of Telangana Academy of Sciences and member of Pharmacy Council of India. With her strong commitment to academic excellence, innovative research, and institutional leadership, Dr. Sundar Reddy continues to play a pivotal role in advancing pharmaceutical education and research. Now, it is great honor to invite our chief guest, Dr. Sundar Reddy, to deliver her valuable address.
Thank you, Amma. Thank you. Can you hear me? Thank you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning and congratulations to MLR Marri Laxman Reddy Institute for conducting e-FDP and integration of AI and network pharmacy in modern pharmacological sciences. And you all know that artificial intelligence is revolutionizing in pharma sciences by several methods. For example, it is accelerating the drug discoveries. You know, when we want to discover one molecule, we have to work about 15 to 20 years and drug molecule, and we are able to have one new molecule. And this AI is helping and very quick selection and helping in a drug discovery. The time interval has been reduced. And not only AI in drug discovery, but it is optimizing the drug delivery systems. And to have any drug delivery systems, our target or prepare any nanoparticles or specialized patches, we have to do the trial and error methods of several formulations. Like we have to change the polymers, we have to change the excipients, we have to change the methods, we have to change the several different things. But when we use AI in optimizing the drug delivery, the number of trials is going to be reduced. The number of excipients usage is going to be reduced. And this is very easy to use it and able to identify the target also, and identify which type of nanoparticles is helping it, which type of patches is helping it, and which type of any novel drug delivery systems or any drug delivery systems. And when we use AI, it's becoming very easy now. And not only drug discoveries and drug delivery, it is refining the clinical trials. And we have been using the clinical trials that, it has been like Latin square, crossover designs, BIBD designs. These are all conventional types that we have been studying from last 56 years of pharmacy, and same thing we have been using. But when we integrate this AI in clinical trials, the trial design is changing. The patient's recruitment, which type of patient recruitment, how many patients we have to use for a clinical trials. The number that we are using for a clinical trial, 1, 2, 3, 4, is a different numbers. So type of uh, uh, that type of conventional thing has been reduced when we integrate AI in a clinical trial. And not only that, these technologies vast data, analyze vast data, which is present and from the past, and tell us which type we can use it, which type of a clinical trial or which type of a method is suitable for our medication, or which type of method is useful for the molecule that we are planning on discovery or delivery. Because it is analyzing like a vast data from several years within a minutes, it can done. And not only doing the data, but it is also giving the target identification. Okay, target, without target, molecular discovery or delivery system is waste. So the target identification is also given by the AI, and depending on the target identification, we can make the drug discovery and delivery systems. Not only that, molecular design, which molecule is compatible, which molecule is actually having the affection towards to the receptors. That is also which receptors are suitable. These are all can be done by AI. Not only that, it is AI is doing in a pharmacological science, predicting the drug safety. Because in other conventional or novel drug delivery systems, not only you using the medication for certain purpose, it is giving the side effects in other organs. So, but AI, when we include in AI, we can predict the drug safety and where the actual molecule is deposited, where the actual drug is causing the problem, or where the drug is therapeutic effect can be determined. And not only that, drug target interactions. Once the drug is targeted, and how the interactions is happening, which type of interactions, is it a useful or non-useful, that is also can be identified. And because this integrating AI in networking of pharmacological sciences, we can reduce the trial error in formulations, because in number of trials can be reduced, in number of methods can be reduced, and the excipients, APIs which we are using is also can be reduced by using this AI, and errors will be minimized. Not only that, we have a personalized medicine. The personalized medicine is more important now. Instead of giving, n number of medication to the patient for certain disease, and we can analyze the genome sequence for the, customers, and with a genome sequence, we can develop a personal medicine, and that medicine can be useful for that kind of a genomic sequence. So that way, the cost of the medications will be reduced, and n number of medications used by the patient is also can be reduced. Not only that, we can increase the drug efficiency and reduce the toxicity, and calculate the toxicity is also possible by AI. And for analyzing this data, there is a complex process in biological data. We use different analytical techniques like HPLC, HPTLC, and LCMS and everything. The biological data is given, the readings are given, but analyzing them is also taking a lot of time. But same time, when you integrate with AI, it will be given within a minute, within a seconds also, the data can be obtained. So these are all applications of AI in pharmaceutical sciences. But still, there is a lot vast advantages with AI, but there are some challenges also there. First thing is data quality. Okay, whatever the quality you got, may not able to integrate in a physical. Same thing, regulatory validations. Regulatory validation is more important, because any molecule coming out of the any company, the regulatory validation is more important. And whatever the AI generating the data has to be integrated physically in the laboratories. That is another challenge. Third thing is ethical considerations. Ethical considerations is more stringent in any country, and those kind of predictions are not done by the AI, and those are the challenges we are facing right now. But AI has a lot of advantages. We all need to update and also implement in our research. And thank you for giving this opportunity, and hope this FTP will be success, and we will see how many people. And as I heard that there is a 300 staff are registered, and I wish them all good luck, and also listen to all sessions and give your feedback. Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Over to you, Ma.
Thank you, madam, for your enlightening and motivating address. We are deeply grateful for your presence and for sharing your valuable time and knowledge with us. To all the participants, I am encouraging you to actively engage in the sessions and interact with the experts and make the best use of learning opportunity. Your participation and enthusiasm will truly make this program successful. Once again, I welcome you all and wish you a productive and enriching learning experience. With these words, it is my honor and privilege to formally declare this 5-day e-faculty development program open. I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Rajaja Rajeshwari for the proceedings of today's session. Thank you.
Good morning, one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. J. Srikanth, Associate Professor, Assistant Dean, Department of Pharmacology, Sri Ramchandra Faculty of Pharmacy, SRIHER. His academic qualifications, PhD in Pharmacy at SRIHER, and Sir has a professional experience, 16 plus years teaching at SRIHER, Assistant Dean since 2019, NSS Program Officer, NCC Caretaker Officer, International Research Fellow, INTI International University, Unicare Global Research Fellowship 2026 present. And Sir, achievements and awards, AICTE Career Award for Young Teachers, AICTE Vishwesvaraya Best Teacher Award 2021, APJ Abdul Kalam Young Scientist Award 2015, ICLAS CLAS Young Investigator Scholarship 2019, Chancellor Award for Maximum QI Publications in 2022, Silver Medal ITEX Malaysia 2021. Sir, research contributions. Sir has published 62 publications, 10 funded projects, including AICTI, CAYT, and INTU-IU grants, guided 9 undergraduate projects, 24 postgraduate projects, and 8 PhD scholars. Patents and copyrights in biomedical devices, AI-based diagnostic tools, including polyherbal formulations. And his memberships, IPA Life Membership, IPGA Life Membership, APTI, LASA, SPR, Society for Neurochemistry Life Membership, registered with Tamilnadu State Pharmacy Council and Pharmacy Council of India, recognized PhD supervisor at SRIHER. And he also performed roles like Secretary, SCSREC in 2021-2025, Member Academic Counseling and IQAC Core Committee, Executive Council Member SRIHER 2024-25. Sir has key expertise in neuropharmacology, drug discovery, in silico and in vivo studies, bioequivalence and toxicological evaluations, pharmacological innovations with translation impact. Thank you, sir, for addressing today's session. And I'd like to continue. I'd like to hand over the session to you, sir. And it's a great opportunity for me to address you, sir. Thank you so much. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Very good morning to all the members of the participants of the e-FDP program.
Dr. Srikanth, sir, you can share your PPT, and please, we request you to start your session.
Sure, sir. Can you please let me know whether my PPT is visible and am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please share your screen, sir.
Is it visible, sir? Sir, can you please let me know whether my PPT is visible?
Sir, no, sir, your PPT is not visible.
Is it visible now, sir? My entire screen is visible, it seems.
No, sir. I think you have started screen sharing, but still we can't see your PPT.
Okay. So now is it visible? No.
No, sir.
Once again, I'll just exit it. So whether my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Now it is okay. We can see your PPT.
Okay. So thank you, sir. So good morning all. So it gives me immense pleasure to address the 5 days e-FDP program that is being organized by the MLR Institute of Pharmacy. I thank the organizers for this wonderful opportunity that is provided to all the faculty fraternities. The Dept ARE, madam, very good morning, sir, madam. So I just want to make this program a little bit interactive because we have a 1.5 hour session and we need to understand our role as a faculty and what exact problem we are facing in this modern era is what is the final outcome of my speech. So we are as a faculty stuck up between the three-dimensional portfolio of the management, the students, and the parents. So how to overcome this particular concept of understanding the future students along with the traditional wisdom, and how to be integrate this particular problem in the healthcare. So based upon the topic, whether it's AI or modern science or basic science or traditional wisdom, one should understand the basic concept of the science that starts within yourself. The concept here is, what is the science of human being? So before we go to AI, before we go into modern science, what is the basic understanding we faculty have on ourselves is the final outcome of my presentation. So with this short hint, let us go deep into this presentation of my for this particular e-FDP. So what does the basic science says? Organizers, am I audible organizers? Presentation is not visible. Kamal N. Parath. Very good, sir, for your information. Yes, thank you, Pratik, sir. You are audible. But my PPT is not visible. Am I right? Can you see the basic science PPT?
Sir, yes, your PPT
Yes,
is
sir.
visible, sir. You
Yes.
please continue, sir.
Thank you so much. And am I visible, sir? Because few audience asked.
Yes, sir, you are visible. Like your PPT is visible and we can hear you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. If I go out, I'm not so technical. I'm not a radio jockey or video jockey. Please let me know through call or something.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. So this is the first kind of problem which we face in the modern technology, how to get connected to 300 people or 160 plus people in e-FDP program. If we overcome this obstacle, so any kind of science is easy for us. Thank you, sir, madam, for your valuable inputs and for your introduction. So as you see the slide, the first slide, the basic science. Can anybody let me know or type in the chat box what is this concept is all about? I've shown you the four stages of something. And there is a correlation in which we are playing a major part in this particular four stages of our life. Can anybody please let me know what are these four stages? The growth phase, as said by Simiti Kagalapalli. Thank you, madam. Yes, madam. You can unmute yourself if you want to say something. Stages of life. Four ashramas of life. Very good, Patel, sir. Okay. Thank you so much for your typing in the chat box. So this, can you see this third phase? So this is the third phase is what I request all the participants to check your internet connection, birth to self-realization. Wow. Gaining knowledge from mother, father, guru, and myself. Very good. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Wow. Perfect. Balaya, Yavana, Kaumara, Vridyapyam. Wow. Great. So this is the concept here is very simple, sir. Either we are in the third stage or we undergo all the stages in our life. And the last stage is obviously called as the what to say, the wisdom stage, where one human being understands the presence of God in himself. So this basically corresponds to our traditional science of basic wisdom of knowledge, where we start or self-realize from day one of birth from our mother, who gives the self-care, and when we are unable to walk, all the support were given by the mother. And after, from the childhood age, when we go to the age of 8 or 6 to 12, the father comes into the picture. And most of us in our day-to-day life, feel pressure in handling our kids. Whatever the problem, the mother always is a kind-hearted person. And father, in some cases or in many cases, looks like a villain. Because as kids, they hate advice. But as father, we usually advise. So that is the only problem. But once they reach the school or the college level, during the adolescent age, from 15 to 19, the self-transformation occurs. They don't even obey the mother, they don't even obey their father, and both of them gets the best for their kids and try to get admitted in a very good college. And then comes the guru. The guru sthanam is very, very important because he is also the same person who is very much concerned and who is very much happy with the growth of the child. So this is the basic principle as a faculty, which we should all imbibe in our values. Because when our student achieves something which a faculty can't do, the first thing what should come to our mind is, he is the person who has realized his true self and who has got his wisdom. So that is what is the most important concept. As faculties, we should imbibe or have a moral value in us. And that is what we create thousands of students. And we sow the seed for that kind of a transformation in the kids. But many times these college kids again complain about the faculties. And that is a problem which we face in our modern era, where these kind of kids have an attitude. We pay, we get the degree. Okay, so we pay, we get the degree. Whatever in life can be obtained through money is the basic concept in this modern era. Okay, you pay and you get a degree, but the concept here is, what is the value you created while you are undergoing that particular course is very important. Whether there is a difference between you own a degree and you earn a degree. If you own a degree, you can just pay, you can just come write the examination, and you can just while away the time, and you can just pass with the marks whatever you have got. But whether you have earned a degree is completely different. So earning and owning plays a major role in this kind of a transformation, which we need to create in the kids of the modern era. And last but not the least, if you want to be in the third stage of Guru Sthanam, definitely you should be understanding your own self. That is nothing but your self-realization. The concept here, what is shown to us is what is the primary purpose of life. So primary purpose of all the faculties attending this e-FDP program who has obtained this Guru Sthana, which is one of the most precious stage of your life, is the realization what you have about yourself. And that is what is the realization what I'm going to give you at the end of this session in a scientific way, paving the bridge between science versus the traditional wisdom. So please let me, I want all the audience to ask me the question at the end of the time. What is that self-realization which I'm going to take as a take-home message at the end of this slide? So we all live in an era where the AI has come. The drug discovery process has to be fastened. It has to benefit the society and the community at a large, even in conditions of COVID-19 pandemic. But at the end of the day, whether it is going to make money for me or it is going to create an impact or a value at this society. If you understand this, then you will be very particular about the traditional science, the advanced science, the modern science, the AI era. And this is what is going to help you realize your pathway. So what does the modern science say? So let me make this simple for every one of you. When I studied my 6th standard in 1996, I was taught by my gurus, there are 9 planets and the most small planet is Pluto. But when my son, who's studying his 6th standard in 2026, his guru says Pluto is not more a planet, because at some point of a decade of 2000 to 2010, it was called as a dwarf planet. And now in the present era, in 2026, in 6th standard notebook, the same 6th standard notebook which I was studying in 1996, compared to the 2026, 30 years difference, Pluto is now no more a planet. Can you put your valuable suggestions or comments in your chat box? Madam, what you believe, whether Pluto exists or not? Because this is very, very important to understand the modern science. Please, I can see 165 participants in this FDP program. If you can answer this particular question very clearly, what you believe, what you have studied, most of you might have studied in the 90s or 80s about Pluto, and definitely you might be having a basic understanding of this planet. And if you can definitely put your understanding, Pluto is no more a planet. Welcome, Pradeep. You are very active. Thank you so much. Any other? Pluto is no more a planet. Very good. Thank you, Dr. M.K. Kalaivani. Pluto is no more a planet. And that is what we teach our kids also. And that is what I also taught my kid, my son, especially. Anybody else? So out of 164, many of doing your day-to-day activities, attending classes, creating PPTs, creating some sort of activities, and in spite of that busy schedule, you are trying to attend this. Wow, there is Maggie Jo Tarpel. Thank you so much. NASA has plans to reinstate its title as a planet as per latest news. Some parts of the globe do still acknowledge it's a planet. Wow, that's great. Okay, Pluto is classified as a dwarf planet along with bodies like Aries and Ceres. Dr. Kirba, thank you, madam. Pradipti, continuous improvement in our science leads to this information that Pluto is no more a planet. Perfect. So what is that continuous improvement? Pradipti, which we call or translated from a traditional science to a modern science. And we believe that this kind of a continuous improvement, what we believe and what we say, improvement is the lacuna. Can anybody let me know? So if there is an improvement, does it transform it from the basic science to the modern science? Or advanced science? Here you should understand the process, what the modern science believes. The modern science believes what we see, what we give as evidence, what we try to justify. This is what is the modern science. And that's the reason Pluto, once upon a time, it was categorized as a planet. It's no more a planet. And they are still saying that few more planets are there. and it's still evolving. And people who watch the Avengers movie still believe in multiverse concept of traveling from one universe to the other. So instead of time traveling, they want to travel from universe to universe. So all these concepts definitely exist. But as a pharmacologist, what I believe is one of the basic science which teaches about the drug. And what is this Pluto is trying to teach me in this modern science era is we can't take an authenticated justification without the basic knowledge or the traditional knowledge. This is what the modern science proves. Authentication, justification. I need to see it. You need to prove it. And that is what we are trying to do in our day-to-day research. Without understanding the basic science, without understanding the traditional knowledge, without understanding what is the importance of each and every one of us. Somebody is trying to show us the path, and we are trying to go in that path based for the survival of our own. So now, what really is very enthusiastic to know, you have a basic science, you have quoted a modern science, and now you are showing us something like modern science evolves. So that is what we call it as continuous improvement. From the day what we thought agriculture is the one source where we are going to get the food, but continuous improvement has shown us that only Swiggy and Zomato is going to give us food in this modern era. And we completely disagree that agriculture is going to be the source for all these kind of Swiggy and Zomatos. So that is what we call it as continuous improvement, which is not actually a continuous improvement with what not. And if you can see, even NASA has clearly said that for the Pluto to be visible from the people in the Earth or through the coming to the 9 planets concept, it has gone or traveling in its own path away from the Earth, but still in the orbitary rotation in the elliptical manner. So at a particular distance, so it has been 30 years, what I've been understanding from 1996 to 2026, from the 6th standard textbook of myself to my son's textbook, Pluto is still existing, but it is not visible to the eye, or it is not visible as per the NASA scientist. But whether Pluto has gone away, no, it still evolves. And scientists are very particular that it may reach back to the Earth in again 1,000 years or 10,000 years or 1,00,000 years, and it may move close to the Earth. So this is the orbitary, where still the Pluto is evolving. And this you can see, and all these planets are revolving. For example, the center, you have the sun, and you have the blue color Neptune, and you have the green color Uranus. When compared to the Pluto, it's not in the round circle as the orbitary thing. But whereas if you see the pink one where the Pluto exists, it's trying to go in a smarter way than the other planets. Instead of revolving round, it just wants to go away and come back. So you may ask me a question like Srikanth said, whether you are a pharmacologist or an astrologist. So the concept here is very simple. This is what is the modern science and the basic science we need to understand in our pharmacy network. The drugs, what we say, heals, cures, diagnoses, and prevents any disease or disorder. We need to understand this concept, whether it really cures, whether it really treats, whether it really prevents, or whether it really helps in the diagnosis process. So if you really feel this astrology can interpolated or extrapolated to pharmacological science or pharmacy, we need to understand the basic mechanism of how this human body functions. So, because as a pharmacologist, I'm more into anatomy, physiology, the pathological state of the diseases, the biochemicals, the macromolecules, the biomolecules that exist in our body, coupled with the diseased state of pathology, with the sources of drugs of pharmacognosy, chemistry of synthetic drugs, the chemistry of natural products, all those chemistry coming into play and trying to change or impact the human body, which is very unique and which is very unique to each and every one of us, what we are trying to do with it. So that is the most important point, which we need to understand in a philosophical way. And who realized that is going to definitely take this pharmacy to the next level. So coming to the next presentation, the modern science says there are 4 types of wealth. So because we are very much committed to our day-to-day life, the financial freedom, the fire, financial independence, retire early. So with the 40 years, you should be retiring. You should live a peaceful life. You should have a pension of 1 lakh or 2 lakhs. That is, then you have the financial freedom and you can do whatever you want. And we have the social wealth, the status. You want to show who you are among the people in which or place where you live. And time wealth, the freedom. You want to do whatever you want to do. And you need to own your own time. And physical wealth, of course, which, oh, Praditi, you are very active. What about intellectual wealth? Very good. I had that 8 types of wealth. Okay. So, and I postulate that if this is going to be in the north, south, east, west, the intellectual wealth, the other types of wealth which I've learned is again constituting to the 8 types of wealth. So you are in advanced mode of 8 types of wealth, which is corresponding to northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. So your body as a dimension takes place in all these wealth. Of course, intellectual wealth. We also have the 8 types of wealth, what the modern science is trying to still evolve or still trying to find a way in. But what our traditional wisdom says. Okay. So can we see what our traditional wisdom says? Exactly how many types of wealth are there? Because none of the modern science speaks about the wealth except money. How many of you agree with me? And moreover, we in the college or university try to create entrepreneurs, giving importance to money. And we always say time is money. So can you please type in the chat box or somewhere how many types of wealth you have learned to the maximum? Like Praditi was saying, what about intellectual wealth? Please, sir. As faculties, we might be ranging from 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 20s. So I want all the faculty members just to type a number of your basic understanding of the modern science. What are the different types of wealth, if possible? So please take your time out and just type in the chat box how many types of wealth you know so far and how I just trying to correlate this kind of wealth, what the modern science is trying to give to us compared to the types of wealth, the traditional wisdom, what we have already given to the world. So many are busy taking classes. Organizers, am I audible? Nobody is typing in the chat box.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like all four wells are interconnected. Perfect. Thank you. No, I just want to answer you. Ask you the question, repeat the question once again. According to you, how many types of wealth are there? You can just type the numbers. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 10, 12, like that, madam. What about intellectual wealth? Yes, yes. Pratik, it's there. 4, 8. Okay, I've received some chat. Isha Panda has said it's. I know about 5 types of wealth, sir. No more questions, please. Anybody else? I would like to listen or type the chat box of Kirba Mogamdas 5, Mohan 5, emotional wealth by Tarakil. Okay, intellectual wealth, emotional wealth. 5, sir. Rajeshwari, madam. Thank you. Pavani, sure. 5, sir. There is one more, sir. Physical health. Okay, very good. Perfect, madam. So it depends on what we call as wealth. Wow. Patel, sir, you are extraordinary as always. It depends on what we call as wealth. As there are many things which enrich us, but may not be counted as wealth. Wow. Great, Patel, sir. Thank you so much. Jasmine Sajni, madam. Sir, so far I know only 2 types of wealth, physical wealth, mental health. Very good. Every day is lifelong learning experience. So there are infinite wealths. Wow. Pradipti, madam, you have gone to the next level. Infinite. That's very good. Okay, with that, we'll stop and let us see exactly how many types of wealth. Spiritual, health, intellectual, social, financial. 5. Physical, mental, social, spiritual wealth. Okay, so this is what the modern science has really classified. Thank you. Thank you so much all for your active engagement. I just wanted to check how many of you are listening to that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now coming to the concept, what the Indian knowledge of system has given to the world. Okay, so before I let you know what are the exact types of wealth, I just want to add a point on this very clearly. Please understand this. We are being in the name of modern science. Sir, your voice is feeble on my end, or everyone is facing the same. Do I need to increase my volume? Once again. Okay. So I have kept it to the maximum level.
Yes, sir. It is not from your side, sir.
Okay, sure, sir. Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Lot of echo. Okay. Next time we'll just try to get it to the advanced level. Please try to have the echo of my voice alone. No other echo should disturb you, madam. Thank you so much. Kindly adjust. This is the technology world which we are living in. Echo issues are there. Okay. But my voice is audible. Jayanti Mukherjee, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. So before I let you know what are the different types of wealth according to the Indian knowledge system, I just want to know we are getting carried away by the globalization or the westernization. The process is very simple. We always looked into others and just wanted to live a world or live a life of others, comparing ourselves with others and trying to get motivated with their progression to the next level. Each and every one of us is unique. And you should be very proud of being in this particular geographical region of what we call as the Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Capricorn, where the ideal timing of a sunrise exists between 6 a.m. and sunset as 6 p.m. So that is one of the most important geographical location where our country is placed, which is trying to imbibe a circadian rhythm, which we call it as the chronopharmacology, which is one of the basic science or the basic pharmacology, how your body tries to adjust it to the time. So why suddenly time is given more importance? Because as you know, time has the potential to do anything for you. If you're stressed, give some time. If you have achieved some great thing in your life, give some time. If you're deeply sorrowed or mourn for some loss, please give that some time. So time has the power to heal. Time has the power to make you realize nothing is permanent in this world, and time has the capacity to attain that self-realization process of what I told you as the Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam concept. So time is closely associated to that self-realization process, and time has the capacity to connect to your body. Because in modern pharmacy, we think each and every kind of disease are being cured by only the science era, where in the 1980s or 1970s, where the discoveries of penicillins were made. Before that, what about the humans? They didn't live with the disease? No, of course. The mortality rate was high. Even for a common disease like cholera, many deaths were there. But still, we have considered the value of human life. And we know they call it as the universal human values, the values with which a human being has to live. If we create the future generation kids stating that the money is going to buy everything for you, then what is the universal human values we are trying to imbibe? Not just leave them. These kids are grown up by the values, what is being inculcated in them. What about us? We have been taught in the same way. Money can buy everything for us. That's completely false. But at the same time, money is needed. Okay. But now coming to the point about the time. Okay. So the most important point you should understand is whether you have got at your different age intervals the different process or the basic needs of that time that is trying to provide to you, whether in your 30s or in the 40s or in the 50s, how the wealth can be classified according to the IKS. So that is what is shown in the next slide. So there is a traditional wisdom in the Indian knowledge of science where we have given to the entire world the 16 types of wealth. The 16 types of wealth, if you can go through, The first one, good health. The second one, good education. The third one, good wealth. So there is wealth. The modern science is still able to classify the types of wealth, but we have classified it as good wealth. The wealth which you have got without hurting or teaching anybody. 4, grain wealth, the wealth of the soil and the foods that come out of it. You have the beauty, you have the fame, the solid fame, you have the good pride, the youthfulness. The youthfulness is also one type of wealth. Intelligence is a type of wealth. The offspring, the generation, what comes out of your base, one type of health. The strength is one type of health. The courage, the longevity, how much time you are able to live in this world. The victory is one type of wealth. Good fate, the fate that is written, everybody thinks that fate is what for which we live in this world and for what which we are created. And last but not the least, the pleasant relation. So this is the 16 types of wealth which you need at all points of time in your life or at any point of time in your life. So without this 16 types of wealth which has been already classified, this is how the ancestors used to wish or pass on the information. Wow, we have a very good message. In God we trust, rest is time and knowledge. Okay, so it's not a philosophical class. Still, we are under a network pharmacology or a network pharmacy. But the concept here is, in the name of westernization and globalization, we have lost our traditional wisdom. This is what is the final message of this basic science, modern science, and the traditional wisdom. So now, what is this particular concept? We need to take it to the research perspective or the application perspective in pharmacy. Okay, madam. So with this basic intro about the science, let us go. Yes, sir. Any doubts? Okay, thank you. So I love this role models, my role models of life. I also have Swami Vivekananda. I also have Abdul Kalam as my role model. But still, when it comes to research, I have these people as my role model. And before we go or deep understand the concept of network pharmacy or network pharmacology, we need to understand what is research. So you understood the concept of Pluto. NASA scientists are still trying to find a way to put in Pluto back into the track of the 9 planets. That is what research is all about. We are searching for which is already existing. We are trying to find a way, prove a way to authenticate it and justify it, stating that it adds value to your society or community at large. So this is what research is all about. And coming to the chemistry of synthetic drugs and the chemistry of natural drugs, these are the scientists who have won the Nobel Prize in 2015 for their discoveries from natural sources which have been used for the modern science. So who are these people? They are nothing but William C. Campbell, Satoshi Omura, who shared the Nobel Prize, Sir James Black, no matter, William C. Campbell and Satish Omura, who had discovered the ivermectins, and 2UU, the real woman empowerment which occurred in 1970s in China, who is heading the Chinese traditional system of medicine, 2UU. So that She is a very big lady who discovered artemisinin, an anti-malarial drug from Artemisia. So that is very, very interesting, where the nature tries to give you medicines and we try to don't acknowledge those kind of medicines, but only through modern science, and when only Nobel Prize is given, we know the importance of those drugs. Is it so? Is it so we need to wait for other country people to understand and give the value of medicines which we already have in this traditional culture of these particular Ayush? So this is what we need to question ourselves when it comes to research, when it comes to pharmacy, when it comes to drug discovery. And the basic concept here is they have won the Nobel Prize for their discovery in roundworm infestation, anthelmintic drugs, and 2UU for discovery against malaria. And they have to wait for this Nobel Prize for 1972. So you has discovered from the ancient literature, and she has tried to perform the TLC, and she did her project as a part of her B.Pharm studies in 1972, and she got the Nobel Prize in 2015. So now it is time for us to really realize what is the difference between performing a research for a noble cause and performing for a drug discovery for a market purpose or capitalization purpose. So whether we are being forced to go, and whether we are being forced to any kind of conditions that trigger a disease or genome variations in our body, and why this Nobel Prize for 2UU was given for a discovery in 1972, in 2015, when we have the discovery of statins, anti-hyperlipidemic drugs, so-called billion-dollar market drug, which is being discovered in 1980s, 1984 to 2014. So the same Pluto story of 1996 to 2026. From 1984 to 2014, the drug, the entire generation, which we call it as a 30 years period, or 33, which we usually try to say, if we are seeing 3 generations, we will be approximately 99 years old. So coming to that particular concept of this 3 generation, 1 generation from 1984 to 2014, with this statin discovery, which has given lakhs of rupees profit, is being withdrawn from the European market for causing rhabdomyolysis or muscle weakness. How come is it possible? When you invest crores of rupees and you just try to reduce the lipid levels by any kind of a statin, HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor, and at the end of the day, 2014, after the 30 years, imbibe into the market with the multi-center clinical trials and all those justification, it produces an adverse effect, which can affect the next generation completely. So we should be in a position to think in that concept and understand the basic value. And Satish Omora and William C. Campbell was very keen in discovering this roundworm infestation, avermectin and ivermectin, which is obtained from discovered in 1975 and which came into medical use in 1981. So whenever we need to understand our traditional values, we need to look at the history and we need to understand what this basic concept of all this discovery is trying to lead to us. And if something new comes, what is the advantages and disadvantages, and how this message is being passed on to the others. And obviously, we have the basic study of how the complementary approaches in the drug discovery process usually takes place. So based on the historical concept, we have the classical approach where we have the phenotypic drug discovery, which is the historical way of discovering a drug, where the compound is given the first importance. So even the target-based drug discovery also comes under that concept. Whereas, according to my belief, the chemistry of synthetic drugs always goes under the compound first. That is the classical pharmacology with the compound or the target as a base. Whereas the reverse pharmacology approach is always based on the mechanism first. So this is what most of the chemistry of natural products tries to give. So we have already the thing, and we try to understand what is the target-based drug discovery for the approach. So we need to apply those particular concepts of our research into this particular process. And we need to give importance to our traditional system of medicines. So that is the ultimate aim. And for that, what we need to do. So network is your net worth. So obviously I was speaking like we have, we are all diverted or structured towards the money, and you should realize what is your net worth. Your net worth is going to be your networking. How much you network is very important. And at the same point, there is a very important terminology what we have understood from this e-FDP. We have a network pharmacy. Network pharmacy as well as network pharmacology, which I'm going to do. So when this particular networking is understood to its core value, then you understand the concept of how all the subjects are interconnected. So as I was mentioning in the starting, as I said, the anatomy, physiology, pathology, then pathophysiology, then the pharmacognosy, then the chemistry of medicinal drugs, medicinal chemistry, and then pharmacology, and then the drugs, and then the sources of drugs, and then the pharmacy practice, and then the patient touch, and all the analytical techniques and the formulation comes into the development of formulation of those things and evaluating the formulations for a standardized procedure. This is what networking is all about in pharmacy. But we don't even look at the other department and understand we, for any kind of research, should network with the other department which is present by the site. And we always think we are the superior, we are great. And that is why AI and bioinformatics and some kind of MSc chemistry people are coming into the drug discovery process, where they try to understand the value that they create, or they must have understand it through self-realization. So that most important thing is important. And how many of you believe that networking is more important? In your life, have you networked with anybody? Please type yes or no in the chat box. Have you made your network strong in the past years? Just put a yes or no message in the chat box. I'll just have some fun. Perfect. Patel sir, Jasmine ma'am. Okay, Bhargavi, yes, yes. Collaboration, data sharing, Pratiti, yes, yes. Perfect. Once again, Kalimani madam, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. So many of you are trying to network. Perfect. But how many of you are trying to make that network for your selfishness? That is very important. See, networking to be selfless. Okay. Networking should be for any kind of research, should be at the value that create, okay, and not at mutual benefits or something. So you should be very clear, like the person whom you are helping should come up in life. That is the status of a Guru Sthana, what we are having in our life, and that applies to this process also. So when somebody is happy, how you feel? Can you type in the chat box? If somebody close to you or opposite to you or your enemy or your colleague or any of your person is happy, even a child is very happy, how do you feel? Please let me know one last time in the chat box. You feel really happy or you feel like, see how those people are very happy and I am not able to be happy at any point. Okay. The 2015 Nobel Trio, which is shown in the previous slides, succeed because of networks. Very good, madam. Yes, I'm very happy. When I see others happy, I'm very happy, sir. No problem with that. But please listen, madam, I've seen even in very big movies, when somebody is happy, the networking people or the surrounding people, nobody is happy. That is what is the value which we have generated so far in ourselves and in the upcoming generation. So those kind of happiness is what we need to make yourself successful. You are 90% of whom you are surrounded with and by. Okay, very good. So you understand the basic concept. Why you surround yourself with people? If you try to put forth these kind of true value and true network, you always create or attract people who are in your frequency. So that is what happiness is trying to bring you. And can anybody, if I ask you to type in the chat box, what is your terminology of success? Everybody would say, I would want to earn 1 lakh crore rupees, or I want to be successful when my student achieves, or in some cases, it may be philosophical. When my friend's success is my success. So all these kind of thought process comes to your base. See, always understand in your life, success is not the destination. Success is part or a milestone of your destination. Your destination is your purpose of life. You should always move towards your purpose of life rather than seeking a successful career at some point of time, because I have said each and every time success comes your way if you're focused towards your purpose of life. And last but not the least, happiness is the key to success. Success is not the key to happiness. It's the other way around. And this is what is the most important human values which we lost in our day-to-day life. So please understand this concept. If you want to be successful, you want to be happy for yourself, you want to be happy for the people around you, you want to be happy for the people whom you are networking with. And please, nobody is trying to judge you until and unless you have your own faith, you have your own respect, and you have your own fear. Fear and faith will take you to the next level of happiness, and happiness will take you to the next level of your successful life. Trying to understand your purpose of life and aligning with it is more important. So with this moral values, we go to the scheme of how a preclinical research or a drug discovery comes into this concept. So usually we have a pharmacological evaluation and a toxicological evaluation. So in both pharmacology and toxicology nowadays, the in vivo are being majorly replaced with in vitro, and again by in silico, especially AI and ML. artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we have most of the time in silico pharmacological evaluations are done by molecular docking, and in vitro pharmacological evaluations, again, the cell line and protein target based assays, and in vivo pharmacological evaluations by animal models. And toxicological evaluations, again, AI has come into picture. And the recently revamped pharmacy syllabus is also going to have most of this AI and ML. So now let us have a focus on what is this AI. Okay. So let's be clear. We have given the human brain to something. And that something is trying to think like human and trying to predict the importance in all the fields. And pharmacy is one of the important fields because of its need in drug research and discovery. So they have been classified into 3 types based on the concept, how they are being aligned by capability. So by their capacity, how they are being classified. So we have a narrow AI. It is specialized only in one task, like Siri, just AI, or image recognition, face recognition. If they are programmed towards one recognition, they can work only for that. And next we have the generative AI, AGI. This we call it as the human level AGI, as sophisticated by the modernization or the westernization or the globalization process. So human level intelligence can learn any task status theoretical. See, same like the question what I have asked. This AI is trying to predict you based on the 10 or 20 questions. It will ask you a series of questions like your feedback or something, and it will understand yourself very clearly. Okay. The best part is if you are not able to be recognized by the generative AI, then you are living a happy and a healthier life. So you should understand this concept. It should get confused. And many of us obviously getting the confusion state of ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT goes in a normal way, and when you put the obsessive thing, it gets confused and gives you unwanted questions. So we have the capacity to confuse anybody, even the AI. But this kind of generative AI is very, very randomized, and it is the human level intelligence. And compared to the super AI, which has been postulated like God level thing. And that is what is the more funnier part, because according to us, the most important thing is the self-realization of ourself leads to a godly existence. So self-realization is the entire thing. And this super AI says that I am self-aware of things that is happening to you. And in order to be exceeds the human intelligence and self-aware and improving the status is very hypothetical. Whether in order to attain that state, an AI should think in an AI perspective, and it should live for that particular community of AI. How the human beings are trying to explore this world for their own survival and trying to destroy the nature. The same way AI, if it is trying to be a super AI, it will try to destroy the human beings and try to convert the nature according to its existence. So this is what is the war is all about. And it is the war that we are going to face in the future. By functionality, it just looks like a Terminator movie, which started in 1980s, still 2020s. The Terminator, where Arnold Schwarzenegger is still coming, who is trying to implement this concept. I love movies, and these kind of AI is already I've watched. Happy that in the 1990s I watched this. But by functionality, we have various types. We have the reactive machines, we have the limited memory, we have the theory of mind, which is basically necessary for the counseling sessions where understanding the emotions and its intentions, and it is in the developmental stage. And self-aware, have the consciousness and it's going to be the future. And by the application domain, so we have a very clear networking. We have machine learning, we have deep learning, we have natural language processing, which we call it as the NLP, and computer vision, the expert systems, the neural networks, the robotics AI, and generative AI. So that's a very important question I had in my chat box. You said network is network. In AI drug discovery, should researchers network more with data scientists or with regulatory experts? Which gap is more in India? Okay, Pradipti, I'll answer this question definitely at the end of the session. Please hold on for some time. Thank you. So now we need to structure it accordingly. Depending upon the functionality and capability and application domain we have structured. Now, how this AI are just trying to predict in a more representative manner. So this is the model type. From the outer model, we have the artificial intelligence, which is trying to involve techniques that equip computers. So we install the software and it tries to resemble the human behavior, which enables them to learn, make decisions, recognize patterns, and solve complex problems. And remember Vishwanatha Anand playing with computers in the starting stage. And then we had the machine learning, where you give a subset of AIs. So you have all the AIs, which is different fields, and you just create the subsets. And that is what the AI and ML, where the data science comes into picture in ML. So you give hundreds of thousands or lakhs of compounds and state that this particular artemisinin, and you write a code stating that this particular type of artemisinin is for anti-malarial drug treatment, and you want to code or you want to discover another anti-malarial drug which matches with this, which of natural origin, taking into AI into picture. So there comes the code into the picture where ML is trying to evolve. And then comes the deep learning. So DL is again a subset of machine learning, which uses a neural network for in-depth data processing and analytic techniques. So for all this, you need a massive energy. And then you have the generative AI. So generative AI is again a subset of deep learning that generates contents like text, images, or codes based on the provided inputs. So all these are data analytics process. You have a huge set of data, like the questionnaire, what is given to all the participants, and we are able to analyze what kind of a pattern you have in your brain. So those kind of patterns are very important to study you, to analyze you, to position you, and to understand the basic human values by the computer within a very short span of time, which we were unable to do it in our 40s or 50s. So this is the importance of this particular AI. And last but not the least comes the most important LLM model. So where the large language models are machine learning models that can be comprehend and generate human language text. So this is how the analytical techniques have gone deeper into the data scientist level of the AI tools. So this is what is the basic understanding which you need to have about the AI. Next. So now we have the understanding of AI and the functionality level, the capability level, and all those things. I'll come to the basic concept level of your pharmacy graduate, which you have studied in your, whether you have understood about the enzymes or receptors or transporters or ion channels. Can anybody let me know how many, what is the target by which these drug actions are taking place? Receptors classification. How many types of receptors? Can you please take a time and just put in the chat box? How many types of receptors? Because it is a receptor which is acting as one of the most important complex targets for humans. 5 types. Very good, sir. Okay. 4 types when we studied, 5 types now, 6 types in the future. But see, understanding your value is very important. Okay, I'll tell you at the end of this third slide what you must have really understood while you are studying the basics of this target for drug action. The first slide. We have studied all these enzymes, receptor, transporters, ion channels are all proteins. We have studied in our biochemistry the macromolecules, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and lipids, nucleic acids. Okay. So these enzymes, receptors, transporters, ion channels, all are proteins. Okay. And next, we have studied in our biochemistry, all these proteins are based upon the primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, quaternary structure, which is trying to play a major structural, functional, or any type of actions in the human body. Now, what is the primary structure of protein? So primary structure of proteins, they have the amino acids. There are only 20 amino acids. All the amino acids are 10 essential, 10 non-essential. Apart from that, they have been classified as simple amino acids, aromatic amino acids, acidic amino acids, basic amino acids. This is what life is very, very interesting. If you look deep into it, there will be only the amino acids, hydrophilic, hydrophobic. Now, can anybody let me know what are the 5 elements of this basic amino acids? So I'm just shortening this picture, giving you an eagle's view. Can anybody let me know how many elements these amino acids are made up of, which is trying to produce a complex structured protein? Very simple. Only 5 elements. Can anybody let me know what are those 5 elements? And if you know the molecular property of those 5 elements, it would be very interesting. That is what the research is all about. I'll just complete my session in the next 10 to 15 minutes. No worries. I know hope all of you are busy with your works. Can anybody let me know what types are? Am I audible? Organizers? Am I left out somewhere? Speaking to myself for the past 10 minutes.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. So if you look deep into the subject, these amino acids are made up of 5 elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. Wow, great. Thank you, sir. Bhargav, sir. Thank you so much for that, taking time to type it. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. We have left out sulfur. Okay, perfect. So now, this we call it as the protein, which is trying to make a major reformation in all our complexes. Next, coming to the sources of drugs. As we discovered, we have the plant source, animal source, minerals, synthetic, semi-synthetic, microbiological, recombinant DNA. So all these are going to be the source of drugs, where all these recombinant DNA technology are moreover a protein-based drug discovery, where protein-protein interactions are being analyzed and brought to the next levels. And in most of the cases, we have a replacement action where the principles of drug actions are being followed. The stimulation, the inhibition, the cytotoxic, the irritation or the counter irritant, and cytotoxic. So these are the 5 principles by which the drug acts. Okay. Negative, positive, charge. Oh, perfect. That's very interesting. So now it is time for us to understand the basic concepts. So we have all these in the periodic table of the elements. So if you give this input to our AI, what exactly it says, and if you put exactly the terminology, the human body is composed 60 to 70% of water. Can anybody let me know what is the formula for water? Please, any one of you.
H2O.
Might be. Oh, thank you. H2O. Perfect. So out of the 5 elements, we have H2O, hydrogen, oxygen, water, which is made up of the 60 to 70% of our human body. Madam, my human body, sir, your human body, the entire human body is made up of 60 to 70% of just hydrogen and oxygen molecules, sir. Now, what is the remaining 30% is made up of, sir? The other 3 elements: carbon, nitrogen, sulfur. So remaining 30% or 40% is carbon, nitrogen, sulfur. Madam, you should note this point very clearly. The entire existence of the humans with just 5 elements, okay, as well as all the other metals for our day-to-day minerals and activities is directly coupled with the earth, the environment which we belong to. The same thing is applicable to the nature. You know what is the constituent of the earth? Madam, can anybody let me know what is the percentage of water and land area in the earth?
3/4.
3/4. Correct, madam, which means 75% water, 25% land. Correct, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's the similarity what we have in the human body. 70-30. 70-30. Okay. So the composition is very clear that the human body is prepared in such a way or created in such a way for its existence with the surroundings, with the environment in which it lives. And water, H2O, has a major capacity to induce any kind of major changes in the body. Okay, so this is a basic concept which all of us need to understand. Why? A natural product which is obtained from a natural source is aligning with our bodily function rather than a synthetic drug which is synthesized in a lab, which has the basic chemical entities of one of the periodic elements of the table, is trying to deviate or produce an adverse effect. Side effects or adverse effects is less in natural products as compared to the synthetic drugs. Why is it so? So the basic understanding happens here. And even in our docking or dynamics or any other process, whether the water element should be there or not, it is one of the key parameters whether to add a water or not. See, if you are in the presence of water, all the research should take place. But most of the science says in the absence of water, or water molecule is being removed, or in order to exactly predict the chemical through X-ray crystallography, the prediction of protein structure would add value, and we have thousands of protein molecules in the protein data bank. All are deposited according to the primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structure of proteins. And there, again, you superimpose through the homology modeling, and you create a protein of your interest and try to develop, but the basic understanding is you don't omit the water molecule. So the concept is as simple as such. So this is what is the power. All the things are coming to the 5 elements, and the entire nature is made up of 5 elements. It's trying to give something to the human nature, with which the concept or the thought process which creates the human values. And this is a very important thing, principles of talking, the next level of AI which we use in our day-to-day life, the GPS tracker, where Ola Uber comes and picks you up in the right place, where the Swiggy and Zomato tries to deliver it in your place at ease without any problem. Okay. So we have mapped the entire world and we have tried to bring it in the app, as simple as that. Okay. Whether you are trying to find a solution to a problem and how much is that problem is going to be, whether that problem is going to be from person to person or it's going to be individualized is the concept. Okay. And these are the processes which we have a basic terminology of a B-Farm project, where the selection of protein is done, where the identification of ligand is given through the natural source, and you prepare the protein and the ligand in the environment, and you try to identify the binding site, and you prepare a grid where exactly the active site is predicted, and you perform the docking study and finally the dynamic study in order to identify how exactly the ligand binds to that process of dynamics. Okay, so this is at the molecular level. So the molecular level is very, very important because when you have an eagle's eye view, and if you understand the core value of each and every concept and you try to apply it in your research, it will add value to the entire purpose. Okay, so the types, what we understood is the ligand, that is a small molecule, the ligand protein, the small molecule, the large molecule, and again the protein which we call it as the large molecule. So these are some of the softwares which many of us use, and it's now being open source for many of our projects. The open source software, the Autotalk, Niper has developed a software using this tools of AI, where you put many compounds and you try to identify the drug likeness tool of 10,000 compounds or 1 lakh compounds at a time, and you can try to predict the estimation software tool of what is the importance, what is the QSAR methodologies that is being adopted, and all these softwares are going to go up to the next level if it is going to be generated by a person who understands the research to its core and who knows to apply the research in the right way. And coming to the concept, we have a structured determination of developing a drug. And we know billion-dollar markets are being saved in the discovery process. By why? Still, we are unable to develop any of the research which is being converted from academia to industry, or either from industry to industry, where the R&D is not an important parameter in our Indian pharmaceutical industry, because we have the valley of death. We are unable to reproduce. We are unable to extrapolate it because in vivo it's showing different values. In vitro it's showing different values. In vivo it is showing different values, and in humans it is showing completely different value. Clinical relevance is not there. Structural reproduction is not there. Investigator base is very, and people are not able to give some time for the research to occur. All these resources on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, from the basic science with the translational science, clinical science with the traditional value, nobody is ready to listen to us. This is called as the value of death. The majority of our research goes into the death knowledge. And when we studied an important concept of Nature Scientific Reports, where a capsule, where in the Chinese traditional system, many things are being. Sir, I will ask all the questions in the last just few minutes. I'll complete my presentation. Thank you. So we just try to understand, and we just got this from Chinese paper, where a particular capsule based on the Chinese traditional system of medicine has been understood and it has been published in scientific reports. So obviously publications, it's another very big mafia story. I just don't want to poke into that. But still, I heard in one of an interview, a B.Pharm student, he openly feels like he has published 10 papers for which he should be given a job. But the interviewer asked a very, very important question. Out of these 10 papers, how much time you have spent in the experimental research and understanding the basic concepts or the core values? His answer is just 25%. Madam, can you mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Somebody is there in the lecture, listening to my lecture. Thank you, madam. So those kind of traditional values, we just try to kind and we try to analyze. At the end of the day, we found out how their integrity is trying to match and how those capsules are trying to identify. This publications was almost done in 2025 in Nature. So we had a thought process why we should not give some value to our traditional system of medicines and try to core it. See, when you have or got a mother article very clearly pictured and then you try to work on the same, we just understood what is network pharmacology. What is the basic level? What is the multi-target strategy? What is the neurodegenerative focus? What we are applying, because we are fully working on network pharmacology. And we try to develop this process of workflow. So I will definitely give this process of this network pharmacology tools, what we have found out, what we have worked through, and what we are trying to make others through our networking process to establish is this particular thing. So this is the key point. So using the SRIHER PROTACs or PKSN, where we try to identify or screen large molecules of ligands, especially we go for the natural products, because we try to add the modern science into our traditional values of research, where the Ayurveda, the Siddha system says a particular plant is responsible for this kind of disease. We add value to that particular plant by giving lot of inputs or traditional values to it. And then we use the modern tools like target prediction, gene cards, Reddy. We try to identify what is the correlation between them. We need to structure the thing to the cytoscape and David's SR plot. And finally, we perform the docking dynamics and we will try whether the stability of the ligands to those particular targeted tools are available. So this prediction based on AI and ML, so obviously we're trying to work at some point of time and it will definitely work. So this PPT definitely I will share with the organizers. And we had work for Parkinson's disease, and mostly we screened for Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, trying to produce or screen various flavonoids or flavones or glycosides or alkaloids, which are very specific to different types of diseases. And we have concluded majority of the thing. And we have incorporated into a zebrafish study. And finally, we achieved one paper in scientific reports Nature. So if our vision is clear and we are able to concentrate on some kind of a thing, majority of the thing in our process we identified as the environmental factors in which we live is highly polluted. And the environment with which we need to develop it to the next level, we are trying to pollute it to the next level, which is trying to act as a most important terminology of exposomics. We have heard of many omics. There is an important terminology which we should be aware of. It is exposomics. Exposomics is the environmental factor in which the human body lives or survives. So those environmental factors are trying to imbibe a disease or disorder at the molecular level in the name of water pollution or in the name of air pollution or in the name of soil pollution. And we try to live in a world where we want peace. So that is the concept where we had bisphenol A induced, which is found in most of the single-use plastics, which generates bisphenol A at various temperatures, which is trying to produce oxidative stress in the zebrafish model. And we try to evaluate to the molecular level, showing the behavioral parameters, the patterns, how the fish, the mortality rate observed, and all those parameters were observed. And within a span of 1 year, one of my PhD scholars was able to publish in that particular field, creating our own values and our own problems for which we are trying to find a solution. And last but not the least, many of us underestimate the value of Ayush. The day has come for the entire world to look into our culture, to look into our traditional system, to look into our country's circadian rhythm, where we have a 6 a.m. wake up time and a 6 p.m. closing time, and the circadian rhythm, the light dark cycle directly matches the each and every human being for a better existence in this entire world, along with our traditional systems of naturopathy, Siddha, homeopathy, Unani, Ayurveda, and yoga is playing a major signs. Coming to the market. So why the value with which the surrounding will live, we fail to understand the concept. And there is a global market which is available. And if you want to take it to the next level for as a service oriented, you can see aloe vera extract which is being planted and it has hit the global market trying to replace all the cosmetic product in the future is going to be the definite hit of an Indian-led superpower in 2047. And if you see, many states are producing this aloe vera, trying at a suitable market. One day or the other, the entire world will be looking at this kind of traditional based Indian knowledge system approach. And what values?
Sir, I would like to ask you one question.
Thank you. Another lecture is going on. I think it's a home lecture.
Hey,
Mother has come into the picture. Madam, sir, has muted me also. Thank you so much. So in Institution Innovation Council, trying to produce a lot of opportunities for faculties who are trying to get converted into entrepreneurs and trying to make large revenues and leading to a healthier life. I've already said what are the different types of wealth. We are trying to create a VR as software which is being approved by our Innovation and Incubation Center. It might be the first of its kind, trying to revolutionize the concept of using experimental animals where the students used to use molecular models. And we are trying to implicate this AI and ML into this particular software and trying to create a market. So very happy that we are also faculty, entrepreneurs trying to bud into the next level. And if we feel like definitely by this successful journey, I can also be a part of there. But now, what is the most important take-home message at the end of the day is health is wealth. So primarily, if you want to lead a well life in your latest start, where many of us are living in our 40s or 50s or 60s, should guide the younger generation in the right way and try to help them, because I can see as per the prediction of the ICMR, many of the upcoming generations are trying to cross the 30s and 40s with disease or ailments, which we have imbibed in our mother nature through one way or the other, which we need to convey or pass the information as the most important things. And this is the take-home message for today's FDP. And last but not the least, most important thing, what I presume to classify here is the AI with the humans. where I compare the AI as the modern science and humans as the traditional wisdom. So both should work hands to hands for the betterment of the future, for the betterment of the mankind, rather than trying to one take over the other or control the other. The problem arises in your entire life only when you are trying to take control of someone or take control of something. But if you want to live a happier life, better leave your control, be out of control, and automatically everything will be under your control. So that is the self-realization you should understand from the basic molecular level to the advanced level, what this particular modern science is trying to give us. Thank you so much, all of you, for your patient listening. In spite of your e-FDP certificate, 177 participants are there in this particular webinar. I really congratulate the organizers for their wonderful show. And obviously, before the organizer says, the forum is open for questions. Thank you, Patel sir. As always, cool. If a ligand is from a plant, yes, madam, please.
Sir, actually, about transporter proteins. So, what are the challenges in assessing the transporter proteins? So, when we go for studies in all three methods, in vitro, in vivo, and in silico, so what might be the challenges?
Ma'am, for example, if you want to do some research on transporters, please try to understand the basic process of how this transporter works. So the simple transport, even for the proton pump inhibitors, we have the H plus and the sodium inhibitors, ATPase, through the ATPase. So all the transporters, most of the time, they are always connected to the energy dependent ATPase process, which you try to indirectly block this transporter system. So if you have a deep picture of this enzyme, which is always connected to the transporters, then it can be a major success for your research at all the three levels, at in silico and in vitro, as well as in vivo, trying to produce a mechanistic value for your research. So that would definitely add value. Either you go for in vivo and try to justify the process in silico with an evidence from the in vitro. This will definitely add a value.
Sir, what is the role of AI when we are going to study in silico methods of transporters?
Yeah, see, actually, in silico is nothing but using computer tools, right? So all the in silico methods in future is going to be replaced by AI and ML. So if you have a specific code for all the transporters and how its structure is going to be designed, and you can give the data to the AI, or you can generate its Python code and apply it in the ML process, automatically your ligand, you can screen as many ligands you want on that particular AI tool which you have generated. See, AI and ML is nothing but the minute level or the generative AI of the in silico studies, what we are performing now. I would like to say to you that our university is organizing an AI and ML workshop on May 11th, 12th, 13th in person, using all the AI and ML tools. If you really have a chance, you can please come and attend the workshop, and you can think of the process and you can have a gain and hands-on experience.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the role of AI in gene silencing?
Okay, so that's a very, very good question, madam. See, today is a session where we had a philosophical process as well as modern science as well as advanced science. Answering to your question in a basic science manner, The Human Genome Project was created in 2003 and it was completed almost 15 years in 2018. We have the entire 3 billion genes that is coding for the Human Genome Project, which is trying to identify each and every gene responsible for a disease or disorder in the future and which is being suppressed by the P53 gene. What would be the output of the Human Genome Project? In order to eradicate the disease or disorder that is occurring in the humans, you should be predicted and it should be stopped just like a vaccination. But this Human Genome Project, why is it not applicable to each and every human being? We have 3 billion genomes, but your gene and my gene and their expression pattern at different point of times varies. There comes the pharmacogenetics, individualized medicine. We say paracetamol 500 milligrams for all the humans, but not if it comes to the individualized prescription of medicine. For myself, the paracetamol would be 550. For yourself, it might be 375. For babies, it should be 100. For another baby, it should be 125. That is what is the personalized system of medicine. This personalized system of medicine can be applied to each and every individuals if you want to lead a healthier life. If you want to lead a life free from disease or disorder, understanding the basic concept, our entire body is made up of 70% of water. Even this AI, which created the Human Genome Project and which has the Human Genome Project, doesn't know how to apply it so that the entire human beings benefit, how the entire Homo sapiens benefit. That is what the complexity of human beings. Please think the creator who made this human being as a part of all the 1 lakh species of life that is available in this earth of the solar system. Just remember, just recollect, we are just a part of the thing. We are trying to understand the major complex thing. And if you try to understand that concept, your research will be as simple as such.
So thank you so much, sir. The way you connected that all the points, so all that you have explained, so to the personalized that is treatment regimen, so is very much interesting, and thank you so much, sir,
Really
for
motivated,
answering.
I will be most happy, madam. And if you can just apply it in your day-to-day research, I'll be the most happiest person.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
I
you,
hope
madam.
you are satisfied with the answer, ma'am. Vaishnavi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got my answer, ma'am.
Sir, here we have another question from Dept.
Yes, madam. Instead of the bench to bedside approach, can we discuss the efficiency of bedside to bench reverse pharmacology? How can we better use clinical traditional success to guide our pre-formulation and formulation development in the lab? Madam, as I said, this aloe vera gel, right, madam? It is one of a huge hit in the Indian market, which is being exported to other countries. And obviously, we also have the other most important things, Moringa olearia, the Murugakai in Tamil. It is also being extracted and powdered and grinded and it is being exported. See, we are living in a very fertile land. The primary object of we humans living in a fertile land is to either pass on the message or in order to make the entire world free from all those disease or disorder. So this kind of Ayurvedic preparations are already in existence, which has the traditional value of Indian knowledge of system, and it is being exported. You just try to explore the job market. A polyherbal formulation capsule has a more potential, less legalized terminology when compared to an allopathic product. If you go and check the US FDA for a market from allopathy medicine to reach to the entire thing needs US FDA approval, NDA application, all those process, 2 years of things in order to get a patent one. We are not patenting anything, madam. Like Indians, curcumin was patented by US. Who are he to maintain the patent? In the name of westernization, globalization, all our girls or ladies stopped using curcumin, which has led to many type of cancers and other things. When curcumin was taken in our day-to-day bath by every woman, we didn't have any kind of communicable problems and other disease. When we switched over to other kind of cosmetics or other plastics or other things, then arise all these kind of problems, madam. The traditional value is lost. That is what is the ultimate aim, to regain our traditional value in one way or the other.
Any questions from the audience?
As educator, we are training students for a modern industry.
Yes.
How can we integrate traditional wisdom into pharmaceutics curriculum without it being perceived as anecdotal? What evidence-based frameworks do you suggest for pharmacy college? Sir, very good question, sir. So the concept here is, first we should understand what is our traditional wisdom first in this case. So because as I am spoon feeding and trying to tell you understand the basic concept at a molecular level, the pharmaceutics curriculum, we can't just diversify. We can say it is as a pharmacy curriculum. Definitely we need modern science. We need AI. I'm not saying completely eradicate it, but how come we can make or use those AI for the betterment or the improvement of our suggestion? See, many of the cases, as per the NBA and PCI, many of us are doing this CMO, PMO, mapping and all those things. And we are trying to incorporate all those processes. But still, in order to align it, in order to reshape it, we definitely use the AI in our day-to-day life. We can't completely eradicate it, but what evidence-based framework you should tell me, sir, whether Pluto is there or not. Evidence is needed in our modern scientific medicine, but whether it is needed in our day-to-day life is what we should believe. And many of us, like, you might be thinking in your subconscious mind whether this session is worth or not. But when you think in a philosophical way rather than a traditional coupled with modern science way, this is the primary purpose of life. All of us in the Guru Sthanam, okay, is directly connected to our universe. As 176 people are here, 176 faculties are here, 176 PhD scholars or future teachers are here. They should understand this basic concept, because I'm just 42 years old, but out of my 20 years of experience in pharmacy starting from 2000 to 2026. So this is what my basic understanding of how the transformation is occurred, how we have the capacity to transform, and how the future generations should take it, all the transformations in the right ways. Any other questions, madam?
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions from the audience?
If a ligand is from a plant like Artemisia used in traditional medicines, so I have the next Nobel laureate here. How do we handle IP and benefit sharing under Indian biodiversity law when we develop a drug from it? Madam, the only concept here is you should not destroy something for the entire benefit of the human being. You should live in harmony with nature. Harmonization is the process by which Indian biodiversity law abides. Okay. And the process with which, see, aloe vera is $1 billion market because it is grown. It has some cosmeceutical process. And if you say even most of the Indian hold processes, they have hyaluronic acid moisturizer cream, they have Mamo Earth moisturizer cream and all those creams. Why not an aloe vera that is grown in your garden, just peeled off and apply it in your face? Why you always depend on westernization? That is the question. When westernization can be against the Indian biodiversity law, when curcumin is applied in a cream form, and I recently had saffron. Saffron is being given in something else for a food and other those things. Why only when you create this kind of a traditional value, it should be reaching the humans, whether it is for money wealth purpose or it is for a real pure health purpose. That is the only understanding which we should have in order to make it to the next level. See, Artemisia was first discovered from the natural plants. Then it was made into a synthetic plant formulation where rDNA technology and other things have replaced the same. See, if insulin was to be obtained only from guinea pig and given to the administration of the humans, same like this slaughterhouse, guinea pig would have been used only for the production of insulin. When rDNA technology came, the modern science, then it's a market in a different way. The understanding really changed. Now human insulins are being produced by recombinant technology. This is what the real growth of modern science should be. Hope that will not abide by the Indian biodiversity law when there is no destruction of the nature takes place. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful answers. Any questions from the audience, please?
Wow, that is a very good question. If we AI the whole periodic table, no, madam, one second, I got a very good answer for that.
Okay, sir.
Madam, your answer is there in this bottle. If I say that, I've been teaching you this H2O is made up of the 70% of the human value. And each and every atoms or molecules get the rhythm of the surrounding in which it is placed exactly. So if you just gain the momentum, and it has been proved even by many scientists, even the water particle takes different positions or shape at different point of time. And if you think of water or drink a water with gratitude, saying thanks to this water that is present in this water bottle, and you have this with feelings, it has the ability to cure anything. So you just give the atomic weight, the molecular weight in the AI and say, in a particular environment, how this molecule triggers, or it will evolve, or it will transform. Then you may get a clear picture of incorporating all these atomic tables into the AI. Definitely you can do it. And all the silicons, borons, silicon, everything can for any facility, the conditions in which it prevails is very important. I have the next question. I hope I answered that. Definitely that AI can decide that periodic table, the atom level functioning, and basic petrochemical screening studies are often now favored by reviewers. Yes, definitely. Of course, I agree to that. What additional components like mechanistic studies, standardization, or clinical levels would make such research competitive for funding or industry collaboration? In this perspective, I had a collaboration with the Himalaya Drug Wellness Company, where I used Mentat and got their approval to be a standard 2 drug for research. even in the publication, what I have obtained, I think with your networking very easily. And if you can understand the process of applying for a fund, for example, I am a SDG secretary of my university. If you give importance to sustainable development goal, United Nations, and if you give importance to traditional system of medicines, Indian knowledge system, and if you give key points with this particular concept, definitely you have the capacity to reach out for any funding agency for in that particular say. So that's my answer to that phytochemical screening. You said network is net worth. In AI drug discovery, should researchers network more with data scientists or with regulatory experts? Which gap is more in India? I think the answer is with the regulatory experts. So the answer is as simple. It is with the regulatory experts, but they are also trying to bridge the gap. In future, definitely this gap will be reduced. So we all have our target of the Viksit Bharat 2047. From 1947 to 2047, India will definitely be the superpower. No questions to that. That gap will be reduced by people like us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Any more questions from the audience, please? I hope these are all fantastic questions. And, okay.
Yes, ma'am. I shared all my details in that mail ID, madam. Each and every slide has my email ID.
Yes, sir. I will be providing in the details.
Yeah, please. Hello, sir. I am one of the PhD research scholar from SRIHER from Pharmacy. Can I meet you there? Talk with you? Oh, you are most welcome. You are here with me. You are definitely blessed to be here.
We are impressed with your wonderful answers, sir.
It's a way of life, madam. Research is a way of life. All should understand that particular concept. LinkedIn, WhatsApp, email, anytime, anywhere. You are most welcome, sir, madam. Thank you for your valuable time of 2 hours. Hope you had a very good session. Thanks to the organizers for organizing another wonderful session. And thank you for providing me the opportunity.
I think with this Q&A, I feel it's so fruitful and incredible session. We will be sharing the details of the speaker, the audience, and on May 11th, 12th, and 13th, I hope we have AI workshop, sir. Srikanth, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. I will share the details with you, madam, so that you can share the thing with the participant. My colleague, Dr. Srikanth, sir, will be handling that session. Whoever is interested and whoever wants to know the importance of AI and ML in drug discovery can definitely attend the session. I promise you and give it will be one of the best sessions of your life.
I think it's a great opportunity for everyone who is attending today's session. Please join the workshop on 11th, 12th, and 13th of May.
If possible.
Thank you.
If possible. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. So it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today's enlightenment session on modern sciences versus traditional wisdom, the need of the hour for integrated understanding in healthcare. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker for delivering such an insightful and thoughtful provoking talk. Your valuable perspectives on balancing evidence-based modern medicine with the rich heritage of traditional healing systems have truly broadened the understanding of holistic healthcare. Your words reminded us that the future of healthcare lies not in choosing one over the other, but in creating harmony between both of the betterment of patient care. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our respected dignitaries, management, principal and faculty members for their constant encouragement and support in organizing this session successfully. I would also like to thank all the participants, students and delegates for your enthusiastic presence and active involvement, which added great value to this program.
Thank you.
A special note of appreciation to the organizing committee and technical team for their dedicated efforts behind the scene in ensuring the smooth conduct of this session.
Itu ad speaker ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Healthcare, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Once again to Dr. J. Srikanth, sir, and also I thank our chief guest, Dr. M. Sunita Reddy, ma'am, for your valuable inputs. Once again, thank you all for being part of this meaningful session. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please fill the feedback form which we have shared in the chat box. And also we have provided the details of the speaker, email ID and all. Please feel free to contact and share your valuable thoughts. Any doubts from the audience, please free to ask in the chat box. Regarding the session, any doubts, please be free to ask. You can even contact in WhatsApp. Insightful knowledge and thoughts, questions and everything. I'll be concluding the session today, and tomorrow we'll be meeting at 10 a.m. with the same efforts and enthusiasm. Thank you so much everyone for spending your time. Thank you so much all the audience. Thank you, sir. Srikanth, sir.